Welcome, everybody. It's Rowan Ravenwolf with Triple Goddess Apothecary, and I have with me again my favorite friend and my favorite guest, Cassandra. Cassandra, why don't you do a quick introduction?
Well, I'm Classy Cassie, also, which is classy with a C, Cassie with a K, because I'm Cassandra with a K.
So, we did a video last week and we just decided, well, we're going to start doing them every Sunday and just answer your questions about divination, witchcraft, the occult. Um, Send us a question. We love questions. And if we don't know the answer, we will figure it out. Yeah, we will consult the cards. So, I actually had a question from somebody, and they actually asked, how do you cleanse your cards when you get a new deck? And I know we both have different techniques we use, and I know there's a lot of other techniques. Like there's some techniques I don't use that I've known about, and I'm sure that you have like some too. So let's just jump in to how do you cleanse a new deck?
Well, first you need to dedicate it. And for instance, with the power, the energy of your hands, you hold the deck between your hands, and I pledge to use this deck and dedicate it for the highest good of all, to reveal the truth. So mote it be. And that's a simple dedication, but you can craft whatever words are important and resonate most with you. And then to cleanse a deck, oh, interesting. What do I have here? It's a bottle of Florida water from Triple Goddess Apothecary and Reiki. Okay, and it's a wonderful let's see, it smells good. It's got herbs in it. And my friend, the Reiki master, has uh
I
Reiki'd it.
Yeah. So when I make my Florida water, I take a lot of care. I actually set up my kitchen and I'll tell my husband, you can't come in. I've got sacred space up. And so he's like, great, she's in the kitchen again. And he knows it's not cooking. So but when I do it, I actually do a whole ritual. I bless it and I actually Reiki the Florida water. So it gets that extra boost.
That's why I love buying your products, anything out of your Etsy store, because I know that you have authentically crafted them at the proper moments with the proper ritual and the proper intentions. And so it just makes me feel very confident in the quality of your potions and your spells. So after I have cleansed my hands with your Florida water, then I take said deck in my hands that I've dedicated, and I usually try to use either my hand or wand. So I'm going to use this magic wand here. By the powers of water and earth, I cleanse and bless, cleanse and bless, cleanse and bless this deck. Then I turn it over, and by the powers of fire and air, I purify and bless, purify and bless, purify and bless this deck. By the powers of three, as is my will, so mote it be. And so it is. And I let some of the power of my own personality and body and intention flow into the cards from my hands. And they are cleansed of any energies from the previous reading, and I'm ready to move forward with the next reading.
Thank you. So I do things a little different. So I like if I get my deck, if it comes after a full moon, uh, I like to do things in the full moon. So I love the full moon energy. So I like to take my deck and actually do the dedication during the full moon. Usually it's after ritual because this is something for me and my deck to connect. And I let the deck charge in the full moon. Um, Usually it's me and the deck outside for like a good hour or two. And then I typically use crystals to charge it. So I like to use my clear quartz. And I always, when I get a new deck, I get a new clear quartz just for that deck. So I either keep the clear quartz in the box with it if there's room. Most of the time, there's not room in the box. I mean, who's kidding? But I always put them in a bag. So I'll put the box in a bag. So it's usually in the bag with the deck. Or if I have a wooden box, I do have a couple that I keep in a wooden box. I like to have that clear quartz with it to bring energy and amplify the connection that I have with the card so that my intuition will be sparked where it's supposed to be and that I can build that relationship with the deck. I will also run it through smoke. I love running it through smoke. So I would usually take either an incense stick or I'll take a herb bundle and I'll just light it and I'll either run each individual card or I'll run the whole deck through. So if I'm doing readings at like an event, which most of the time I have my products, but if I do readings at an event, I usually will have the incense stick going and just run the deck through the card between each person. And I will actually Reiki. So I will pull Reiki out and Reiki the deck like this right before I go to do another reading. Um, so that's like a way that I personally do it, but we can, you know, I know some people will take each individual card and run it through smoke. I've heard of people putting their cards in salt, so you can do that. Um, Cassandra, what's other ways? All of a sudden I'm blanking, and I know there's like all these ways to charge, and I'm like, why am I having a
Yes,
card?
smudging is a way that I use often because I smudge my reading space. So I also smudge the cards, my bookcases that have all my decks on them, but especially the ones that are on my reading table. I also have an old wooden salad bowl that I got secondhand at a thrift store. And that's what I use when I want to purify items in salt. I fill the bottom of the bowl with kosher salt because it's blessed salt. Um,
Bless
you can bless your own salt, of course, but I think coarse salt works best instead of like fine table salt. And so I cover the bottom and then I might put my deck on top of it and leave it for a night. Or jewelry, a ring or a pendant that's special, a talisman, things that you can't really cleanse with Florida water. You can't get them wet. So you put them on top of salt and let the salt crystals absorb any energies that are clinging to the items. Those are the three biggest ways, to cleanse with either oils or blessed water, with salt, or with smoke.
Well, and I usually during full moon ritual, when I do full moon ritual with my coven, or I actually also open it up to people in the Chicago area when it's in person. I always put like decks also in the middle. So when I've had a deck for a while and I'm not doing a full dedication, I will put it in the middle to get that beautiful energy from full moon ritual. Um, and also cleansing rituals. I mean, I take my favorite decks that I work with a lot to cleansing rituals. And cleansing rituals are a really great way to also cleanse any of your magical tools. It doesn't just have to be your tarot and Lenormand and Oracle decks.
How often do you do cleansing rituals?
I do cleansing rituals once a month. And actually, the cleansing rituals I do, they are in person. So people who are in the Chicagoland area can join in if they want to come out for a cleansing ritual. I base mine off traditional witchcraft. I know your rituals are slightly different than mine, even though we've done lots of rituals together, but we
You know
do have
what?
our
Well, you got your first witchcraft studies from me, but then you went on to other teachers and learned other traditions and other methods and other techniques, which that's great.
well, and I actually was solitary before I met you. but it was confusing. Like I tell people when I'm like, yeah, when you're reading from books, because you don't, because a lot of times when you're new in the craft, you don't know where to find
That's right.
niches. It's like, how do I find my community? And
Yeah, what is new moon? Is new moon when there's no moon in the sky or when you first see the first sliver of a crescent? Is that new moon? Different witches say different things.
yeah,
Different
yeah,
books say different
say different
things.
things. And there's 16 ways to call the guardians of the watchtowers or our cardinal direction. And then you've got we have billions of words. So even like the different ways, everybody's going to call them slightly
Or
different.
the charge of the goddess. Everybody's adapted it.
Yep. Yeah. So we all have different ways of doing things. But there's one thing I love about this craft is that we can make it personalized to us. And there should be no gatekeepers. Like, so if you are practicing with people that are gatekeeping and you don't feel comfortable, it's time to go solitary and you'll find your tribe. Or solitary is like the way to go. It just really does depend on what your flavor is, but it's your spiritual path. So that's what I love about this it's our spiritual path. Eh,
Well, because at its core, at its heart, witchcraft is a shamanistic path. So that means it's individual.
and it's lovely. And I love going to other people's rituals. I always learn, even when they do things completely different than I do. I still am constantly learning, and you get the nice thing is you get that energy. So it take advantage if you can go to different rituals, take advantage of it because it's always just beautiful to feel the energy and the love that you can when you're with other people.
Other people that love nature,
Yes.
love Mother Earth, love the animals, love the air, earth, fire, water,
Yeah.
air,
I know.
earth,
I'm
fire,
jealous of
water.
your picture because I really want to go outside, but we have had massive, massive rain today. So it's like not gonna happen.
And
Check.
we've had massive heat, and it's supposed to be in the upper 90s here until Thursday.
See, yesterday it was extremely hot here. And then today, I mean, it's nice that we have the rain because I was worried about my plants. So I'm like, oh, good. My yarrow and everything, they just need a little bit longer before I can harvest and dry them. So, which
Oh, that's so
I
wonderful.
have Russian sage in my garden and I just love how it smells. And it's looking beautiful. It was like calling out to me yesterday. So,
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm in an apartment, so and uh it's west facing. So I don't get the morning sun. It's kind of dark in here, which makes it nice and cool in the 90-degree weather. Some of my neighbors who are east facing have, balcony windows where the sun is pounding in all day, but not me. And I do have a beautiful view out my balcony window. But I can't really grow things here. I could probably grow a few like succulents in the kitchen or some herbs or something, but I might need a grow light.
yeah, I mean, that's the hard part. Like, because a lot of witches do have apartments and don't have that opportunity to actually have a garden. I mean, I'm blessed to have a yard, so I'm able to
I
have,
mean, I could try to put stuff out on the balcony, but it's in shade all day.
yeah,
It isn't until sunset that some light actually hits the balcony. So it's not the best place to grow things.
yeah, yeah, and that's what makes it hard, especially when we're witches and we want to grow things. So
But the good thing is that the moon rises in the south and kind of goes over to the northwest and past the windows that I have in this apartment. So when the full moon is out, I can put things on my balcony to charge in the moonlight.
see, that's always nice. I have my bay window. By weird chance, like this wasn't. I bought the house and it was like this, but the bay window has like a big ledge in it. And so if I'm like, oh, it says that might rain, and I'm like, oh, it's a full moon, my crystals want to go outside, I can put them on that window ledge because it's the only window that gets the moonlight. And so I'm like,
It's important.
it is very important. Very, very important. I, especially when you're somebody that loves the moon. I've loved the moon since I was a small child. So
And there's so many beautiful pictures that you can find online now of the moon. And it's like, uh-oh, is this AI? They're starting to get so good that they can fool you.
Can. But this has been a wonderful discussion about tarot. We kind of like went I like how where we went off topic too. It's been great because like hopefully those of you out there have learned from us. So if you are following us, either of our channels on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. We are taking questions, so please feel free to put a question in the comments and we might pull your question for next week. And if we have a couple questions, we'll try to do a couple questions. So please put those comments below. So yeah, definitely like,
Yeah, a
subscribe.
couple of witchcraft and magic questions in addition to any tarot questions.
Yes, because we will answer anything occult related. And I am human. This is why I make mistakes. So and those that are following me on TikTok, I will also take questions from you on TikTok because our videos will be posted on TikTok also. Um, please feel free to join my Patreon if you want classes. I do teach 2 intermediate advanced witchcraft classes a month. I also teach crystal mastery 1 class a month, botanical mastery 1 class a month, and total transformation. You get your 2 intermediate advanced witchcraft class, you get the crystal mastery, the botanical mastery, and then you get a class on working with a deity. And the other class is either on sound healing, astrology, or other fun magical occult stuff. So it's really fun, but you get at least 6 classes. Some months I throw in a bonus class for total transformation. So feel free to find me on Patreon also because you get a lot of extras on Patreon. Sandy, anything you want to add?
Just that this is Classy Cassie, your favorite tarot card reader and psychic advisor, signing off for now.
Oh, we almost forgot. We will have our Psychic Friday on July 26th. I
Where
almost said
you
the wrong
can
date.
join us for
Yes.
free.
We will be doing 1 card pulls and we'll get as many in as we can in an hour. So I will have the link below in um, the description so you can join. So make sure to join us there. It's a really fun event. Right now it's currently once a month, and as it gets more popular, we'll bump it up.
Yeah,
So,
we had so much fun the last time, so join us for the next one.
yep. A lot of great people joined in. So feel free to join us for that. All right, we're signing off. Have a blessed day and namaste.
Bright blessings.